Hi, this is Alessio. Hope you're well. With a quick update for you today on the financial market and also on Bitcoin. And also later in the video, I want to talk to you a little bit about what this chart here could be telling us. So let's go back to the charts. This is Bitcoin, and here is the stock market, the S&P 500. So as you guys know, for several weeks now, in fact, even when the stock market was crashing here, even as the stock market here was getting slaughtered here, I was bullish. If you go back to my videos even back then, I was extremely bullish and optimistic here for the stock market. I was looking for a reversal in the price. However, I got much more bullish in the stock market once we saw the signal that I mentioned to you in the members video. In fact, let me show you this. These are my two accounts where I hold my positions, and this is actually my main account. So the main account that I hold long-term positions is this one here. As you can see here, I have positions at the moment. I'm long. I have been long on the stock market. Both the US and the UK stock market I've been long here, as you can see. Currently in profit here. As a matter of fact, I took profits off today. So these are the realized profits today. I took about 10,000 pounds off, but I still hold positions here in the US and the UK. Currently about 29,000 in the US and about 9,800 in the UK. So a total profit in this account about 50,000 pounds. This is the account I showed you in the Saturday video, where I mostly do medium-term positions in this account. So mostly swing positions for the medium term. In this account, again, I have also the US stock positions and the UK stock positions. And in this one, also I took profits off today, 2,600 pounds approximately, but I'm still in for the remainder. So in total here, profit about 10,000 pounds. And one of the reasons I like the UK stock market, you may remember from a video I posted many weeks ago, I said I'm buying UK stocks. Why? Because they pay a very nice dividend of a 5.95% dividend, again, per annum. Again, I don't know how many banks you know in America or Europe that pays 5.95% interest on your money every year. So that's one of the good things about the UK stock market, which, by the way, has also managed to rally higher today. As you can see, nice movement here in the UK stock market. And as you can see here, by the way, we got a pulse that fired off recently. It's a pulse that fired to the upside, pushing the UK stock market. Potentially, we might test a 50% in the next few days. And this is the US stock market here. This is the S&P futures. And S&P futures also fired a pulse. And as a matter of fact, today, as you can see here, today we tested a 61.8% retracement here, which is a nice Fibonacci level. And as for Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin also managed to rally higher off another pulse, as you can see here. So if I just zoom in here, you can see this pulse that I mentioned in the members video. You may remember in a members video that I posted about a few days ago, I mentioned this pulse that fired off to the upside, pushing Bitcoin higher. And actually, we went into the 8,000 range. By the way, you may recall I've been bullish on Bitcoin also for several weeks, even going back as far as April, March, where I mentioned the weekly chart. As you may remember, the weekly charts have been above the weekly 200 moving average here. And as you may recall, I said as long as Bitcoin remains above its 200 weekly average, bulls remain in control. And that's been the case so far, holding above the key level and rallying higher there. So here's what I want to bring to your attention here. A couple of things. Firstly, the fact is that a lot of people just don't believe in the stock market rally. In case you're wondering, well, what does the rally in the stock market got to do with the rally in Bitcoin? Because, guys, as I mentioned to you several weeks ago, Bitcoin and the stock markets are correlated. So the reason I've been bullish on Bitcoin is because I've been bullish on the stock market. All right, so they're very much correlated. And this is the thing that made me very bullish about both the stock market and Bitcoin. Take a look at this chart, the dumb money. The dumb money sentiment, guys, got extremely bearish back in March. Do you remember back in March when everybody was panicking? So back in March, when the markets were crashing, as you may recall here, in fact, there it is. So you may remember back at the time when the markets were crashing, I asked a lot of people, in fact, I looked at the comments. The comments that many people were posting on social media and also generally in articles online was, oh my God, this market is never going to recover. We're never going to see a bounce. We're never going to see a recovery rally. So the amount of negative and bearish comments, honestly, about the stock market here were, I mean, unanimously everybody was negative and bearish on the markets. And that's not surprising. Take a look at this, guys. This is the dumb money sentiment. Dumb money, in other words, by the way, we're talking about mostly hedge funds and just your average investor or average trader out there. So mom and pop investor and yes, dumb money sentiment amongst hedge funds were extremely bearish. They exited the market there, by the way, guys. Take a look at this. When you see this dumb money sentiment getting extremely low, getting extremely below the 20% level there, that tells you a lot. That tells you these people are freaking out, panicking, and getting out. That's exactly when we got bullish. We're actually looking the opposite way. That's one of the reasons, guys, you want to be a contrarian. You don't want to follow the herd. Okay, if you follow the herd, if you've been following the sentiment among the general public out there, if you've been watching that garbage, on financial news, financial news, guys, just honestly, is the biggest bunch of garbage on the planet, which is why I avoid it. So remember, guys, financial news networks and the herd, we're talking about the majority of people out there, they were greedy here. They were greedy back at the start of this year. Do you remember, guys? Back at the start of this year, everybody was saying, oh my God, this market is amazing. This economy is so amazing. And they were getting into the market when at the point of maximum greed. So that's when dumb money was getting into the market. This is when they were exiting. And this is where we started buying. So this is when I became interested in the stock market and also in Bitcoin as well. So bottom line is, guys, so far it's been a nice rally. But you're probably thinking now, okay, so when are we going to run out of steam? When is this rally going to run out of steam and finally crash, go back down again? Now, let me just be very clear. If you recall in my last video on Saturday about the kiss of death, I was very clear that I'm not expecting the stock market to come back down to the March lows unless we get the warning signals. All right, guys. So at the moment here, guys, I am not expecting the stock market or Bitcoin, in fact, to come back all the way to the March lows. So I'm not expecting the kind of crash scenario where we come to the March lows unless and only if we get the early warning signals for the kiss of death. All right, guys. Now, if you want to know more about the kiss of death, again, watch my previous video. I posted that on Saturday. But let me also be clear. At the moment, we don't have any of those early warning signals. Once we get them, and I'll talk about that in the members video, once we get those early warning signals, then yes, we'll be looking to get bearish in the stock market and also on Bitcoin as well, because they're correlated. And also take a look at this chart I want to show you here. This is the one I want to talk to you about. Let me show you now one particular warning signal I'm watching here. Now, this is not my main warning signal, but it's one of them. Okay, this is the dumb money at the moment. Notice dumb money has managed to become a bit more bullish so far. Take a look. They went from extreme bearishness to a little bit more bullish. Now, they're not extremely bullish. Why? Because they're nowhere close to what they were back in February or back in January. All right. Notice they're still below the 50% level here. So dumb money, hedge funds in general, all right, guys, the herd at the moment, yes, they've become more bullish so far, but they're not yet at the levels I would like them to be before I become a contrarian. So what I'm saying is this: the herd, or again, hedge funds, the dumb money, they need to get above the 50%, 60% level. So if I see this line getting above the 50% or 60% levels here, then I become much more interested, perhaps in becoming much more bearish on the stock market and also on Bitcoin. All right, guys, at the moment, we're not there yet. So, but I think we probably will get there. And I think here's what's going to happen potentially. I think if the stock market and Bitcoin potentially push further higher, maybe push into some key levels that I'm watching here, if we see this rally here in the markets continue, what's going to happen is, again, the dumb money, the herd, they're going to think, oh, wow, I'm missing out here, right? I'm beginning to miss out on this rally. So remember, guys, the herd, again, the majority of folks out there, they're always on the wrong side of the markets. Before I finish, let me just say this. So far, nobody has believed in this rally in the stock market and also on Bitcoin. Nobody has believed in this rally. But I think that may change soon. Once we get the dumb money believing in this rally, once we get the majority of people out there and also the hedge funds, when they start getting bullish on the stock market, and also when they have hopium, of course, the worst enemy of all traders and investors out there, once hopium sets in, that is, I think, when we could see a major reversal in the price. All right, guys, thanks very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video update. Cheers, bye.